Listen, guys, I love hero bans and Marvel rivals. They're essentially just a list of how much does everybody hate your favorite character that you like to play. And sometimes they tell a story, right? Like I remember going into a ranked game yesterday and some guy instantly wanted to block Black Panther. And you just know that this guy just got the life beaten out of him by the Wakanda guy. And listen, I love tier lists. I love hero hot lists as much as the next guy. But they don't tell the full story. They don't talk about the top heroes being banned in, competitive play. So I thought today we would look at the top 10 most banned heroes right now in Marvel Rivals in competitive play, not only, overall, but also in each and every rank. Is there a difference? Are there different heroes being banned amongst the ranks? I think you might be surprised. Let's jump in. All right, guys, and with that, let's go to jump into... Hey there. Sorry to break up whatever's going on over here. What's up, guys? This is sponsored Cozy from a different part of the multiverse here to talk about today's video sponsor. See, we're doing a video. Raid Shadow Legends, a cross-platform turn-based RPG with killer AAA. Yep, AAA graphics. A game that keeps dropping more and more content that you can play anywhere at any time. And someone might ask, what's the best way to start Raid Shadow Legends? Well, start with campaigns and move to dungeons. And if you need a head start, well, new players are about to eat good. You can grab my link below there or hit the QR code up there and you'll be getting 2 epics. Drake, this lizardman guy who's clutch early, and TALLIA, plus punch in the code Monkey King for a free legendary Sun Wukong. Also going on right now, they have a new event, Alice's Adventure. Players can get the new legendary Alice the Wanderer by just simply logging in 14 different days by March 26th, and on the 7th day, you're going to unlock Alice. Now, in addition to this, they also have a new event dungeon featuring the Queen of Hearts, where you're going to go up and fight against her and her minions. And hey, you can come kick it with me and my crew by joining Cozy Rivals that you'll find in-game. All right, guys, so I decided to start things off with the overall bans. This is looking at hundreds of thousands of matches in all the ranks from Diamond upward and combining all those to give us our top 10. Now, keep in mind, guys, there's about 6 of them that are going to be the majority of bans in most games, specifically 4 of them that you're going to see way more than others, but I wanted to make 10 so you could see, other things that could be banned within your games. Again, that pissed off Black Panther players. Starting at number 10, though, we've got Magic at 2.18% ban rate. And look, she's one of the best duelists in a rank, her win rate and everything across the board. But that's also because the other characters are getting banned. Every now and then, there's obviously a good Magic carry, and she could definitely get out of control. But she's our 10th most banned hero, and there's not a lot separating the bottom 3. Now, coming in at number 9, we've got Winter Soldier, and at 3.08%, people are starting to get a little bit tired of again, and losing again. And with the simple ban, you can shut down the Rocket Raccoon synergy. Sometimes he probably gets banned because people don't want Rocket on their teams, and he's really good. I expect this number to go up by the end or even mid-season 1.5. So next video, I'll be sure to recap if we see him go up in the ranks. Now, number 8 is Spider-Man, and I thought he would be way higher. I'd see Spider-Man get banned, at least in my games, a good amount. Gonna be curious where he gets banned, low rank, high rank. There's a lot of dedicated mains, but people just don't want to deal with the dive comp. Venom just got a great buff of a team up to give to him and Penny, and so again, this could go up slightly as well. And then we have our last one before it starts to get interesting. Doctor Strange coming in just above Spider-Man, 4.12%. Now, Hulk is typically the ban that, solves the Doctor Strange issues. But sometimes, people are just sick about playing Doctor Strange and worrying about TPs. There are some locations that portals are way better than other maps. Like Clintar, for example, is a good map to get rid of them. Or that, I think it's Hall of Dajala. I definitely messed that up. But the Wakandan map is just great to shut off Strange. They have to take the main path and your team can defensively set up. And so I'm starting to see a bit more Doctor Strange bans as we keep moving forward, but the guy did get a lot of nerfs, so this could go down. Now, Namor's coming in at number 6, and really there's one reason and one reason alone why we see Namor here, and that's the Magics, the Black Panthers, the Spider-Man, the dive characters, the Wolverines. They don't want to deal with them. They don't even care if Luna's gone. They want Namor gone. He is one of the best counters in the game, which I do plan on making counter videos, so be on the lookout for that. But getting rid of Namor just opens up a dive team that much more. And so he's starting to get banned. Obviously, he's just a good hero, across his stats and his abilities. And so he's coming in at number 6. Number 5, we got Cloak and Dagger at 12.88%. And I thought this number would be a little bit higher. I think a couple ranks don't care about the bans too much. But I know we're on Diamond and early Grandmaster. I think she's a bit more popular of a ban there, especially given people are used to the bans from Season 1. super annoying ultimate in season 1. And so definitely, you shut down a cloak player and all of a sudden you have strategist players that don't know what to do. They only played cloak on the way up. She's gone and they're like, Luna, but sometimes Luna's gone too, which takes us to number 4, and that is going to be Luna Snow at 16, my God, 0.35%. When you get rid of Luna and Cloak, the game gets a little bit more interesting, and those people that did one trick kind of strategists begin to struggle a bit more. Obviously, Invisible Woman and Mantis are different heroes they can play, but Luna is obviously mainly targeted for the Namor ban, that slow turret, and you're getting rid of a really solid ultimate and healer. If you look at the stats, Luna actually has the best healing overall on average within the game. And so you're getting rid of a giant strategic threat. I mean, there's heroes that just love a game without Luna. Psylocke is just one example. You get rid of that, and she's going to be feasting a lot more. Now, number 3, we've got Storm, which I thought was going to be number 1 personally. Storm at a huge jump, a 39.98% ban rate. So we go from 16 to 39. If you look at number 10, it's 2%. Number 3 is almost 40%. And again, this is not only leftover from last season of Storm being crazy good, but she's still really good. And now she's got the team up with Human Torch. Storm is going to be a very popular ban this season as well. It's the season of the Flyers, but her ultimate's crazy. Damage is still really dependable and strong. And Storm is going to maintain at the top 3. Now, number 2, the Hulk. And they did address his team up, but I've been playing a good amount of competitive still, and at least around Grandmaster. Hulk is still getting banned. They don't care that his team up got slightly tuned. They don't want to deal with Hulk, Doctor Strange, Iron Man. Just Doctor Strange alone, and that team up is really strong. So Hulk is getting the just a little bit above Storm here, but he does come in at our number 2. And then number 1 overall banned right now in Rivals is going to be Wolverine at nearly 50% of games. He's getting banned, which is a freaking insane number out of all the games, out of all the data. Half of them, people don't want Wolverine, and it just opens up the double tank game. Really, Wolverine's just like a one-of-a-kind hero, right? And people don't want to deal with Logan. All right, so now we're going to go rank by rank here, guys. We're going to start, obviously, in Diamond. And because there's more players in Diamond than Grandmaster and Grandmaster than Celestial and so on, of course, they're going to be closer to that top overall rankings. Now, in Diamond, everything stays about the same. A little bit higher numbers here at the top in some of the specific bans. A little swap with Spider-Man and Doctor Strange in terms of bans, but everything else stays the same. But when we go to Grandmaster, it's still pretty close. We have the same kind of top suspects towards the tops. A couple numbers are changed a little bit. But then we've got Spider-Man gone completely from Grandmaster Bans and enter Black Panther. Strange still kind of staying at this bit higher spot, and he might, start to creep up more as we go up in ranks. And at the bottom, we now have kind of the same lineup, just moved over. So things are still looking relatively the same. However, now we go to Celestial, and you can notice we do have some pretty big changes in the top bands here. Hulk and Storm are going to be swapping spots, and that's mainly because Hulk is going down massively in his overall ban rate with a big dip in numbers. Now, Luna stays the same. Cloak is going to be going down a little bit with Namor jumping up, but obviously we have Winter Soldier getting a bit more ban love as we see at the higher ranks. And then we've got Magic, Doctor Strange, and enter in Loki starting to get some bans as well. Now, if you've been paying attention to the invitational scene, which we will be having a casting video on here, probably following this one or in the coming days, the Thing is starting to get a fair amount of bans. Human Torch a little bit, but the Thing in top in competitive play is being a bit more focused with those bans in general. But then things start to take a pretty big shift when we get to Eternity. And this is where obviously the respect has been earned, and we're going to see a lot of new heroes enter the top bans towards these top ranks. Now, Wolverine and Storm have still kind of taken over that 1 and 2 spot with very heavy numbers towards the top. The Hulk going down to 22%. And then Namor is next up on the list, probably because that's where, the peak players of Black Panther, Magic, Spider-Man, and so on are going to reign around, this rank. Now, probably the most interesting thing is Loki is climbing up pretty well up to the number 8 spot, and Hela has jumped from not being in at all up to number 6, which definitely makes sense. Hela right now just lethal against Flyers, but also just a good hero across the board. Insanely good. 2 tap range now, even with a little bit of a bump up in the last patch. and still an often banned hero at the top end of ranks. And with the best aimers, this does make sense. Magic goes up by a fair amount, but the biggest thing I think to notice is the overall number percentages from really 4 all the way to 10 is starting to go up across the board. Instead of these 2% numbers, you're starting to get a bit more even numbers closer to the top, outside of obviously the big heavy favorites. Cloak and Dagger still on here. Winter Soldier kind of remaining at the bottom in that 9-8 spot for the most part. And all that takes us to, well, the top of the top 500 players and who they ban. Now, some obviously pretty massive shifts here at this rank, which makes sense because top 500 is a small pool of players, and so people know who each other like to play and who is going to be more dominant at certain levels of play. The top 4, as you can see, are staying about the same. Wolverine, Storm, Hulk, and Namor from the last rank. Namor now way up there to 17%, getting close to what the Hulk is banned at towards the top ranks. But then we've got Magic, Doctor Strange jumping way up, and Winter Soldier. This entire row being a lot closer in overall percentage here, and Doctor Strange being targeted amongst the top ranks. People don't want to deal with his shenanigans. And then we've got Hela still returning top rank as 9% banned alongside Luna and Psylocke. And so Cloak Dagger, they're out. Psylocke is starting to make a bit more of an appearance. Definitely a hero people can snowball on pretty well. And then those kind of, the Black Panthers, Spider-Man, they are not located here. Cloak and Dagger, nowhere to be found in the top 15. And notably, Loki is not here. I thought Loki would have been here at the top. He was kind of climbing up as we got close to the top 500. But no, one above all rank. We don't see Loki in the top 15 either. Now, if you are wondering who are the least banned heroes within Rivals, Mantis, Adam Warlock, Mr. Fantastic, Scarlet Witch, Thor, and Captain America right now are characters that are virtually seeing no bans, and that's looking at all of the ranks put together. Now, again, I plan on, going through each and every rank like we did here to kind of look at the differences. And then, of course, the overall bans each and every season. If this is something you guys want to see, let me know down below, and we'll keep up this video. And you can show me by liking the video and subscribing if you enjoy the content. Again, getting close to 100K. Appreciate the subs. Means a lot, guys. Been crazy, just a crazy couple of weeks. And have a good one. Have a great one. To the next one. Happy rivaling. Another huge thank you to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's video.